on, ladies and gentlemen? Alexander here. I'm here with X, and today we're going to be doing the ippon kumite for Reno Tate. So, purpose of ippon kumite is to train new people in just engaging with somebody, measuring distance, throwing an attack, and defending an attack at a very, very, very basic level. So, nothing further. Let's go ahead and get into it, right? So, normal wazo, we're going to bow, right? Saying I'm apologizing beforehand. If I hurt him, he's apologizing beforehand. If he hurts me, right? Have no malice toward one another. We're going to measure off, right? Basic position, ready stance. All right, he's going to prepare. He's going to ki, and then I'm going to ki to let him know that I'm ready to be attacked. Hey, hey, hey. All right, so 1 through 12, basic ippon kumite. Let's talk about what's going on there. So, as we're measuring off, right, he's gonna step back, prepare to strike. This is very, very sanitized, okay? I know what hand he's gonna attack with. I know where he's gonna attack on me. I know what my response should be. This is not realistic, right? It is not going to happen this way on the street or in any situation. But what I am learning how to do, right, is gauge distance, right? When we measure off, this says this is the end of my personal space. This is where his personal space is. Our personal spaces have not intersected, right? If he starts to intersect my personal space, I need to be doing something, right? So I'm going, okay, this is my eye. This is my attack bubble or defense bubble. That's his defense bubble, and I'm learning how to track that as he's moving into mine, okay? Step back, you're gonna make a punch, right? I have to gauge when I need to move, okay? If he makes his punch and I move too early, right, does me no good. If he makes his punch and I move too late, it does me no good, right? I know my attack bubble is right here, and he makes his move, right? At that point, I know he can hit me, I need to be moving, right? Extend, boom. So take back off a little bit. I know at that point, he extends his arm, he's moving into me, I need to start moving. Move into me, I blend with him. So first technique, right? Backing at an angle, right? Because in Reno Tate, the self-defense diagram is get off the X, bridge with your opponent, stun your opponent, do a joint lock, throw them to the ground, and finish the engagement. This is only working with the first 3 keys. I need to get off the X, right? This is not a block. This is a bridge, right? This is me connecting with my opponent, right? And getting some feedback of what his body's doing. This is me connecting with him. It doesn't have to be this. It can be somewhere in here, right? And in the ippon kumite, we have a bunch of different ways of doing that. Forearm, palm, inside of forearm, right? Opposite side hand, cross block, everything. We're just interfacing with our opponent, right? Because he makes his punch, right? My step puts me offline and out of range of that, right? So I don't need to block that arm, right? What I'm doing is just connecting with him, right? Even with my eyes closed, I know where he is, right? I can find it through that connection, right? So I'm stepping back and at a 45-degree angle, right? That's our first technique, right? Number two, I'm stepping straight into it. So this technique is sen no sen. The first one's go no sen. 1, 2. This one is sen no sen. He makes his strike, and I'm stepping in and I'm meeting, right? That hits at the same time, okay? Right, so I'm jamming the attack. Number 3, right? I'm going to the front and at a 45 to his negative side, so away from weapons. So he makes his punch, one punch, right? So I'm going negative side away from weapons. Positive side is into more tools, right? So negative side, parry, bridge, strike low. Right? So all of these have been rather linear, right? Straight lines, straight lines, straight lines. Number 4, we get into a circle, right? So he punches, right? And I turn into it, still going to the negative side. I'm using that forward momentum to create power, or to add power to my elbow strike, right? Boom, and then back out. Number 5, okay? Number 5, I'm stepping to a 45, but this time I'm going to a positive side. I'm going toward weapons, right? So he makes his punch, right? I cover up and strike across, right? Now that could be anything I want, right? But I'm cutting to the inside. Right? So 45, 45. Jam, straight, back at 45s, right? Where are we? Number 6? Number 6, I'm on the lateral sides of the T, right? So he makes his punch, right? I just step to the side, bridge with him, strike low, bang. Right? So this is a hook punch. Right, so he's gonna hook, right? I'm gonna step with that hook, with that pressure, yielding to that pressure, block up high, strike with a back knuckle, bam, into the bridge of the nose. Right, so we have a ton of linear strikes, and now we're starting to work around the outside, right? Now, we're gonna be on this plane, so top down. So he makes his strike, I step in, right? I'm not catching this, I'm jamming it, right? I wanna stop that before it's coming down, right? Secure that here, striking to the neck. All right, so we've got linear attacks, we've got ones from around, and we have some coming over, or we have a technique coming over top, right? So I'm stepping into that. I'm stepping along with that circle. I'm turning, jamming, backing off, getting off the side of linear attacks, right? So now we're gonna get into kicking techniques. Basic kicks, front kick, round kick, side kick. As you're off, drop back, right? Just a swinging gait, right? I'm turning back, opening the door, catching this, right? If I just turned and opened the door, he would miss, and then I would back off or do something else. But here, I'm hanging this up just for a second, and I want to toss it up to make him kind of stutter step. Boom, I need that, right? That makes him immobile just for a split second. So he gives me the foot. But if I stand there, I just get kicked, right? I hang it, drop him right into that, right? Have him meet that. So again, I'm stepping to the lateral sides of the T. So he makes his kick, right? I step offline and I just hang it, just right here, kick low, boom. Now, knee or into the perineum. And this can go positive or negative. It doesn't matter. Right, same thing with a swinging gait, right? I can swing gait positive or negative, doesn't matter. Now, yoke will get it. Right? With this technique, we're doing what I like to call a yo-yo, right? I'm bouncing back, right? Loading the spring, right? And smacking or jumping back in to make my attack. Boom, right? Striking the base of the skull, the shuto. Mawashigeri, right? Mawashigeri. I'm turning in with the kick, rushing past the knee, guarding on my support side, right? After that, give me leg, right? After it's dead, reach up, grab, clinch, strike with a knee. Now, something very important about these techniques, okay? Not only am I learning how to gauge distance, not only am I getting used to the first 3 keys, moving off the line, bridging with my opponent, and stunning my opponent, but I'm also starting to get familiar with cue show points, right? My first one, he gives me a punch, right? You just extend the fist. I'm just gonna go through. He gives me a punch, I bridge, right? Haito, right into the throat, right? Second one, palm heel to the chin. Third one, haito to the groin. Or if you have the grip kumite, right? Grip. Number 4, right? Impeuchi, right? To the floating ribs. Number 5, shuto, gyaku shutoichi, sternocleidomastoid. Number 6, now we're attacking the knee, right? Kensetsu-geri, into the knee. Number 7, bridge of the nose. Number 8, right? Sternocleidomastoid or anything along this line, right? We're attacking the neck again, but it can also be temple. It can also be ear, right? Number 9, where are we? Kick, am I getting? Yeah, number 9, right? I'm aiming for the boys. Boom, right? I'm trying to kick his pelvis up into his chin. Number 10, right? Step inside. Now I'm not aiming for his groin, not necessarily. I'm trying to kick between his anus and his testicles, right? His perineum, right? With the ball of my foot, right? Kicking up into it with the ball of my foot. So if I'm kicking into the groin or into the pelvis, I can use the ball. If I'm kicking his testicles, I can use the instep on the foot. From here, I want to use the ball of the foot. If I'm shod, if I have boots on or shoes on or something like that, I'm going to use the toe to try and pierce up into his body cavity. Okay. Now, what is that? Where are we? Yokogeri? Side kick. Side kick's got 2, as a matter of fact. He throws his side kick, right? And I'm brushing past, I'm trying to clip, if I can get it, his Achilles tendon, right? I just want to frog that, right? After that, I bounce in real close, try and decapitate him. Try and pop him in the base of the skull, back of the neck, right? Very, very vulnerable area. So if you practice that, if you ever do that, and you're practicing it, be very careful. Right, and Mawashigeri. So step in, kick dies, right? Getting my clinch, right? Now, anything along the center line is a good target, right? So drive into the groin with the knee, right? Drive into the bladder, right? Drive into the sternum, or xiphoid process, or solar plexus, right? Pull down into the face, or on this side, at least, into the liver. Very good target. I don't know if you ever hit the liver, but it's no fun. Okay? So, we're gonna take this up a level. Okay? Now we know kind of what we're trying to accomplish, right? We're gonna take this up a level. Now, if you've watched any of my stuff, you know I love clinch wrestling, right? And one of my favorite exercises is back take wrestling, right? So, how can we incorporate ippon kumite into clinch wrestling, right? So, first technique, right? I'm here. I just need to get this arm off me, right? And draw him out in that direction. Yeah? Right? That was my uchi uke and my bridge. That was my hikite. Got a hold of his head into his throat. We're here, we're clinching, right? He's got a deep collar tie here, right? Number 2, I'm gonna turn back, kind of like I'm doing a Russian, right? Except I'm not gonna do a Russian. I'm just gonna step into him, right? Have him meet that, right? So this can be this, that, but that same technique, we can utilize that there. free, right? I want to go low with this one, right? I want to draw this hand out and then strike into the groin, right? If he comes forward like that, I can just follow him with it, right? If he stays there trying to fight, I want to try and pull this leg up. Now, for the sake of wrestling, I'm not actually going to grab his groin, right? I just want to get a hold of his leg, right? Number 4, right, where I'm cutting over top with my soto-uke, again, kind of like a Russian, except we're using that elbow. Now, instead of actually clocking him with the elbow, right, I'm just going to follow through with it, right? Also works, kind of like the second technique. All right, no, you're good. Number 5, right, where I'm stepping to a positive side and getting a reverse shuto, right? I get here. I'm not actually. I could be heavy with it in shuto, right? But what I'm doing here is just getting sort of a reverse collar tie, right? Along with my hikite. So getting that here, brushing across, hikite, and now I'm in. Going on to other things. Number 6, right? Where we're doing this, Kensetsu, I'm not going to kick the person that I'm training with in the knee, but I can set up a osotogari from there, right? So I want to deal with this arm. I'm going to give a big sweep. Now, again, it is sanitized. It is not going to happen like that, but that's what I'm working for, right? I want to brush, get a hold of that hand, or along that side somewhere, get that foot in there. You can also go far side, but be careful, do not kick anybody in the knee. Right? Now, the 7th technique? 7th technique, stepping in, striking with my back knuckle. I'm not actually gonna hit him with my back knuckle, right? I'm gonna step in and just hook, because I need that circle, right? But, he's gonna give me forward pressure, right? He's gonna give me pressure, and I'm gonna yield to that and turn into it, right? So when he gives me the hook, I'm turning into that. So when he gives me pressure, right, I'm turning into that. Not everything has to be a throw, not everything has to be a strike. It can be a positional change, right? We've seen it in boxing, right? Somebody gets me up into a corner, right, and I take him, I put him in the corner, and I start going to work. Positional changes are definitely a thing. Where are we? Oh, too easy. so from here, right, just a high block, right, to knock off that collar tie, right, and get my own collar tie even deeper, right? And where am I going with this? Yeah, you know. That way. And he's light enough that I could make him cartwheel at least once. I'm not gonna try that. So where are we? There, Kicking would be more offensive, right? Kicking would be me more going for the leg, right? Suckering him into something and going for the leg. Or if we get into like heavy clinch wrestling where we're throwing knees and elbows, that's when I would be trying to catch those leg techniques. Those really work there. So I think I'm gonna cut it right there. That was probably more material than I actually wanted to go through. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you got something out of this video, please share it, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Disrespectful.
Oh no! I'll do it again.